The Treaty United and Cobh Ramblers game on Saturday evening. Tommy, what's the mood like going in off the back of two big victories? You'd assume confidence is high in the camp going into this game.
Yeah, look, I suppose we're always trying to be as confident as possible going into any game. So, the lads they do their job every week, so they haven't changed too much in that sense. They're a fairly confident bunch anyway. So and that has kind of come from the results that we've been getting.
Yeah, it's a huge game, obviously for both sides, but particularly Cobh will see it now as a huge opportunity themselves to put themselves right back into the playoff race when they might have been written off a few weeks ago. As we've seen this division, two big wins. Also a big opportunity for yourselves to put a gap between yourselves and the bottom three, so it's all to play for and makes for an exciting contest Saturday.
Yeah, you said it there, Adrian. It's one or two wins. We were down to 7th after losing against Cabinteely, so we keep saying that, and we're going to expect that to go on for the rest of the year. Between 2nd and 9th, and look, who even knows with Wexford, if they put 3 or 4 wins together, that can bring them up right up the table. So it's the same this week, and if we can get any result at all down in Wexford, we'll be delighted.
I know it benefits maybe yourselves to a certain degree this year, the format of the first division, but do you think it does make for a more exciting situation? Because for years, Tommy, there was a few years where we had just one team going up, winners automatically, and a second team maybe and a third team in the playoffs. Do you think that this is a better format and that it keeps the league interesting for the whole season?
I do, Adrian, yeah, and we would have seen that last year as well. I think last year was the first year with top 5, wasn't it?
Top 5, yeah.
Or sorry, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. But it's definitely better because it keeps you more interested. It keeps everyone interested. Because you look at it there now, it's obviously Shells now have opened up a bit of a gap, but everyone else is kind of nearly mid-tables. It's kind of and then obviously you've Wexford on 3 points, but as we said, even if they put a run together, they could be mid-table. So and mid-table gets you into, as you say, playoff. So it's look, as we say, we'll keep taking it game by game, because for that reason alone you can't take the foot off the gas at all. You can't take the eye off the wall at all.
Yeah, we were talking during the week, Tommy, on Sport Limerick about the fact that you have obviously a narrow enough, tight enough pitch in Coleman's Park. Do you think with the way your team plays, Tommy, that it will suit your team going to Coleman's?
I suppose the other tight pitch we played on, it didn't. Right, did it? Up in Cabinteely. But look, I think we had a bit of an off night that night. But any pitch or any game is tough for us. We keep saying that. But last week was a big pitch down in Wexford. But Wexford in the second half were pushing. We hung on for a finish. Now we probably should have been out of sight. In fairness, in the first half we could have been 3 or 4 up. But when it goes close near the end, I think we're a good counter-attack team as well, so that mightn't suit us, but at the same time you have to adapt to pitches, and it's the same for both teams.
Yeah, one of the players you managed, Tommy, was speaking to John O'Shea, who covers Cobh Ramblers games yesterday evening, and he said Lee Devitt's been probably the best player for Cobh since he was there over the last year and a half. He seems to be playing a bit more advanced in the middle of the three. Are you surprised that he's in a more advanced role?
Nah, not necessarily. I played him on the left wing myself for that, so he's a good Lee. You can play Lee anywhere. He's one you can play left back or centre mid or out wide left. So he's quicker probably than people give him credit for as well. He's well able to move, and he's a good finisher, Lee. So look, yeah, I'm not surprised. He's done very well down there. He's a great lad with a great attitude. So hopefully he doesn't do too well this week.
Yeah, and you obviously have an informed striker for them in terms of their confidence coming into the game in Jake Hegarty, someone who you'll obviously have a task to keep quiet on Saturday evening.
Yeah, but look, they've more threats than that. They've threats all over the park, and they've threats from set pieces. So, but we can only concentrate on our own game.
Yeah, you have 2 former Cobh players in the team, Anthony O'Donnell, Charlie Fleming. Didn't work out too well for Charlie when he played in the first game against Cobh. Got a straight red. Some would say you might be too fired up because you're from the area, and so I suppose you'd be trying to say it's controlled aggression on Saturday night. Yeah,
but it always should be controlled aggression. Look, other days he doesn't get sent off for that. I think he shouldn't have done it. It was silly, but at the end of the day, I think the Cobh player, if we're honest about it, threw himself in the ground. He was up smiling a few minutes later, so that didn't help. Even though, look, I accept the sending off, but it's not like it was assault or anything.
Yeah, do you know, throughout the year, Tommy, when you're watching the English Premiership games and teams learn so much about each other. Obviously, you've played Cobh in the Markets Field before. Can you actually take anything from those games in this division? Because it seems like you can't take an awful lot from form seems to go out the window from when you've played teams before and learning from before, really.
Well, look, we know Cobh are both. Cobh are a good football inside. You know, they play very good football actually. You know, which probably a team they haven't got credit for in the past. Stuart has them well organised. They play a good, expansive game, and I think their away results, you know, up to the big Cork might have been better as well. So they're playing to a style that probably didn't suit them down in Coleman's Park recently. So, you know, we know enough about them, how they play. You know, especially now these days, we have all the videos and everything, and we've watched them enough live as well. So look, they're a very difficult task for us, and you know, going to Cobh side at any time is difficult, but going when they're after the back of two very good wins, you know, it's going to be extra difficult.
On a final note, Tommy, I know you say we don't believe you when you tell us, but what's the updates in terms of the injury situation for you?
So what's the point telling you? No, look, we're the same as last week. What are we with 7 out last week? Clyde might make the bench, and then other than that, I think we're more or less the same. Yeah.